Yo Gotti gets turned in and caught by the feds for the Young Dolph setup. To find out what happened, subscribe and like this video and watch the whole thing. Let's get right into it, man. You can't deny Yo Gotti's brother Big Jook was involved the whole entire time. When they brought him in for the questioning back in February and everything like that, he got out so quick he had to have told on everything. And remember, they got Govan in April and he got out quick. So they were already knowing Big Jook is the enforcer. He's the bridge between the mastermind and the guy who set it up and sent the bread and the hit, allegedly. So what they saying is that Big Jook took the money that that Gotti or whoever it was that was gonna put it on Dolph's head. Big Jook was the one who was doing the logistics. He took the money that was put on the dude's head and brought it to Govan so Govan could pay out all the dudes who was going to come and slide so that they could get all the cars ready, so they could get all the sticks and drakes and everything ready like that. And so now that they caught both of them and both of them pleaded and cooperated and everything, they gave each other up. So they're trying to turn in Gotti, Zebo, whoever it is, right? And at the end of the day, y'all got to understand, Dolph predicted this the whole entire time. He knew that the other side, if they ever got onto the stand or if they ever said anything, they was going to switch up on people and they was going to definitely rat and snitch and everything. It's the year of the rat, basically. So everybody's snitching, everybody's trying to get out of their case and everything like that. And then now that you see how they set the trial to begin, they got everything in motion for the Dolph justice to be set up. That's going to be in 2024 in the spring. Now, what the thing is that they think that Straight Drop is going to take the stand and actually go and tell on his boss man, like who paid him and everything like that, because the guys that's involved in this, they know who money came from. They know who paid them. They know who the mastermind is that was there inside of Yo Gotti's mom restaurant in front of the chalkboard while they were drawing out the play and the blueprints of how they were going to sneak into the cookie shop with the U-Haul with Dolph in it. And so now that that trial date is set, a lot of people are trying to make sure that the justice is gotten and everything like that. Even the people who are out in the streets trying to slide for Dolph and everything. One of Young Dolph artist, Kennymuney. Now, a lot of rumors going around that he trying to put $200K on somebody and get them snapped, whatever it is. If it's true, you got to understand that a lot of people are still trying to get the justice for Dolph in the streets before it's too late, because a lot of the people are about to be getting swooped up and scooped up. And so if you can't get the main guy, a lot of people always think, oh, they're going to get someone close to them. This is the dangers of actually being around and involved inside that lifestyle, and that certain people, like if they do a certain thing, you can't even be in the area around with them, because if somebody got a problem with this dude and you related to him or you just so happen to be friends with them and all that, it's a risk. And everybody got to know that until the footage comes out, we're not going to know exactly what happened. They saying that they covered up the body cam footage, that they took down the ADT surveillance system. It's all this technology out here, and how come they haven't shown us anything proving that Dolph car, how he even got there? Because at this point, everybody thinks he pulled up in the U-Haul and he was in the back knocked out, and they pulled it up and dumped him there basically. And so they still haven't proven to nobody how his car ended up there when his keys were taken. And we already seen the video of Dolph keys getting taken, man. And so now Justin Johnson, Straight Drop, he might do the unthinkable and actually go ahead and break open everything and tell everything that happened. And this is the same reason why Kennymuney getting his 200 together to put on somebody's head and all that. And in the whole midst of all of this, BEO Kenny gets out. He's bringing Young Mob into this, and they basically going to settle all that stuff. In the situation with blacyoungsta and the DJ, man, it's still a lot of envy, jealousy, and greed going on. They still hating on Dolph by hating on the DJ who was playing Dolph, man. And so at the end of the day, they know the club promoters aren't going to book them no more, because nobody just wants to hear blacyoungsta music. Nobody only listens to moneybaggyo. Nobody only listens to Yo Gotti. That's crazy. And so at the end of the day, they know for a fact that they always going to play Dolph music whenever it is a Southern hip hop concert. Like and you can't get mad at that. But that's what made Black Youngsta, Moneybaggyo, Yo Gotti, Big Jook, all of them, Govan. That's what made them all jealous, was because Dolph was still getting the attention, still getting the shine. Everybody regarded him as the king of Memphis, and that's for a real reason, man. And now all these Young Dolph artists, bigmoochiegrape, Snoop Bands, Key Glock, yeah, they doing good, but they still got to step it up, man. The only person who's really out there riding for Dolph is Kennymuney at this point. Like, how did Key Glock do a whole music video in front of the cookie shop and not actually show us what the inside of the cookie shop was, or actually expose the fact of what really went on? But you see Kennymuney, he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's sliding out in the streets after they got CEO TZ, after they got a lot of people. Now Kennymuney is back into the streets now that he's got BEO, Lil Kenny, with him. And the Kenny twins is basically going around and they got their money up and they looking for whoever it is that set up Dolph, because they got the 200K bounty and all that. This is what's being reported out here in the streets and everything. So you got to understand that this whole situation tied back to how Govan artist, the girl from Houston, Lotta Cash Desto, got hit up, and that was a direct retaliation for Young Dolph. Because once it was known that Govan was the mastermind and that he took the plea deal and cooperated to give information to get himself a bond and get out, that's when people found out, okay, well, then we going to get his artist, because they didn't even know that that was his artist and that that was his daughter. And she was in Houston. I told y'all that there's a connection between the people who be in Memphis, and when they running and trying to hide out from whatever they did in Memphis, or they trying to play it safe, they be going to Texas, they be going to Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, all these different areas. Like, they trying to flee Memphis because they know that the RICO is coming through, man. And Moneybaggyo got dropped for that same reason, that they know that the RICO is coming, and that Moneybaggyo is basically involved in a lot of stuff due to the Bentley being around. Like, that Bentley truck got him into a lot of trouble. And y'all got to understand that the subpoenas coming through, they searched it. They got the Bentley truck. They found the VIN numbers through all the junkyards, because remember, they broke the car down into parts and sold it on eBay all across the world. And so it took them 2 years to basically retrace every part and they put the Bentley back together and found the fingerprints of Black Youngsta in there and Young Dolph's shoe in the trunk. How did Young Dolph end up in the back of that U-Haul from that place? They had to have given him a ride after his keys were taken, and that's when he hopped into the Bentley. And then whatever they did in the Bentley to get him into the U-Haul, and then that's when they brought him to the cookie shop. Like, it's still blurry about what had happened that day, but for the most part, people know for a fact that they're getting to the bottom of this. They finding out exactly what happened. They know the reason why bigmoochiegrape changed the address and changed the time of the turkey drive. That everything like that, it was planned for a reason. It was set in stone for a reason. So the only reason why somebody was changing it was because to set up Young Dolph, and that's just point blank period. We saying it how it is, man. And you got to make it make sense, because at the end of the day, everybody got to open their eyes and look at the facts of what's really going on and how this is a revolving door situation. What goes up must come down, and karma is still going to play a big part in this. And people have to understand you can't really trust nobody, and there's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out there. And the jealousy, envy, and the greed from the situation of everybody being in the community and crab in a barrel mentality is actually crab in a barrel mentality on the biggest stage. You got millionaires who are still trying to play the crab in a barrel. Like, they're playing that game. They're a part of it. That's just a part of their lifestyle. They don't want to see nobody do better than them. And it's a lot of people in the world who they could be good with what they could be, grateful for what they got. But then as soon as they see somebody else starting to get it, that's when they become more insecure about themselves. That's when they've become like they want to, they want to gatekeep or guard gate or whatever that is of everything that's going on, because they don't want nobody to be more successful than them. And at the end of the day, like, you can't control that. That's none of your business and everything. And so they should have just left Young Dolph alone, man. If they would have just left Young Dolph alone, everybody could have been getting his bread together. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that the egos and all that plays into a factor, and the fact that these dudes, just didn't have the right things on their mind to end up doing what they did to Dolph. Like, it was a setup. And so people got to realize in the community that we got to save the people from thinking like this. So let me know what y'all think, man.